Safety first. Hi everybody, welcome to Havoc TV. On today's episode, we have a very special guest and a very good friend of mine, as well as a friend to House of Havoc. Welcome, Benny.
Thanks.
So Benny is actually one of the owners of Rhode Performance, and that's the reason that, well, one of the reasons why he's one of our friends. In terms of my car, you all know from our previous episode, Mickey meets the Rambler. My car was obviously built and tuned by Rhode Performance, so that's how I know Benny. I know Benny for I think 7 years already, 8 years. As long as I have my car, I know you.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's been a long friendship, and we've both actually had our cars. Well, you have actually had your car longer than mine.
Yeah, I think I had my car 9 years now.
Yeah, because when I had my 1.6, you had this car already.
That's
and I remember you from the Opel Club.
That's correct, yes.
So yeah, so that's how I know Benny. So Benny, just quickly on the car side of things, I'm not going to ask you why an Opel, because we had this discussion off air the other day. We actually had a discussion at the workshop.
That's correct.
And you said, listen, don't even ask me why an Opel. I just bought a bloody Opel.
I just bought the car. It's a car.
Yeah, so I think one of the reasons you bought the car was because it was 4-door, sorry.
That's correct.
And then also the fact that, like, it's a family car, but it had some power. It was a 2-liter turbo. It was something that you kind of wanted. So I think that was kind of your reason behind buying the car. Am I correct?
That's correct, yeah.
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 Any other reason though?
Not much, eh?
But did you always drive Opels before, or not?
No.
What did you have before your Opels?
I had a Nissan Sentra before that, and before that I was riding a Golf.
Okay, so you were like a German, then a JDM guy.
Yeah.
Surprising you didn't go to a VVL.
Nah.
Like everybody else likes to just go VVL nowadays.
If I had to go VVL, I'll still be driving VVL.
Yeah, true, no?
Yeah. Cars.
They fast, but I don't know. No offense to the guys that drive VVLs and stuff, but I just think it's a very different car to what you have here. Yes, it maybe does very quick quarter mile times, but I think it's just the comforts that you get out of this car though, you're not going to get in a VVL, let's be honest. I mean, with all due respect to everybody that drives VVLs, I mean, I'm not saying it's junk cars, I'm just saying the comforts of what you're getting.
Yeah, no. Leather seats, heated seats, you know.
Exactly. And I mean, there's a lot more to this car. I mean, it's got the heated seats, it's got the traction control, it's got a bit of technology that at the time it actually had decent technology if you actually look at the time of this car, because it came out in 2005.
That's correct, yeah. I mean, this car came out with bi-xenon lights, came with adaptive suspension.
Yes.
Yeah, so
because I think this has the IDS Plus light, eh?
that's correct.
Which is part of the adaptive suspension.
That's correct.
Which I don't have on my GTC.
No, you guys don't have it.
Yeah, we don't have it, and the OPC actually doesn't have it.
Yeah, it was an optional extra on the OPC.
Yes, because it was only the GSI. So funny enough, the GSI, that's a 4-door, the family vehicle, actually had a lot more features than our cars.
I think what Opel did, they had a lot of space left over when they just threw it into this.
It seems like it, no?
Yeah.
It actually seems like, because this car came out before mine. This was 2005, mine's 2006, 2007.
Yeah.
So it's like 2 years before mine, and yet it came out with a lot more than what my car had. And so yeah. So then just the car, in terms of what you've done to the car now, I know that the setup is a k04 setup, and I'm not trying to sound coy guys, but it's just I did the k04 setup first and then Benny did it afterwards, so I was kind of like the guinea pig.
Yeah, follow the leader, boss.
Oh wait, yeah? So yeah, so I know you did the k04, so what kind of, if you can just give the guys a kind of a breakdown of what you kind of did to the car, so that everybody kind of has an idea of the car before we even get to the power and all of that.
So basically we got Astra H OPC parts in here, which consists of the airflow meter, injectors, turbo, and obviously a remap.
Yes.
We have downpipe exhaust, intercooler, induction, and then we have a Clausen intake.
Oh yes, that's right, you have the Clausen intake on yours.
What's this store? And that's about it for the k04 setup.
Yes.
So basically this is our OPC.
In a GSI
in
body.
A GSI,
basically.
So from k03 to k04.
Yes.
Basically, yeah.
So what's the power figures? What was the most you actually made on this car? Because I know there was like debate about what this car made.
Yeah, let's say 240.
Yeah, because that's kind of what this car...
Yeah, it makes about 240 in that ballpark era.
Yes. And I mean, AD really tuned this car like really well.
Yeah, no, this car is tuned quite aggressively.
Yes.
This was the race car.
Yes, it was.
So that's why we went all out on it.
Yeah. So I think just for everybody, so that you understand where he's coming from when he says it's a race car. So this car was more like the mascot car. If you guys have ever been to Killarney or robot racing or street to strip or even MSA actually, I think you did MSA with this vehicle as well, more than once actually.
Did MSA, did Sultana a few times.
Yes.
I was every Wednesday night at Killarney or so.
That's correct. Yeah, Wednesdays was at that used to be fun times, eh?
Yeah.
Yes, like it. I missed it.
Yeah, no. Every Wednesday night on the track.
Yes, like it. We used to catch it a lot of. We used to love that, eh?
Yeah.
And then also in terms of the k03 versus k04, how do you feel, or what differences do you feel between the two? Now obviously I know, I've driven the car, but obviously a lot of people out there don't really know. There's a lot of Opel guys that probably have this setup, the k03 setup. What differences did you find with the two?
The k03 was when you put down, the power was there immediately. With the k04, you wait a bit and it comes.
A bit longer, yeah.
And it's not that much of a wait.
Yes.
With the k04 setup, you spin a lot.
Yeah.
k03, you used to race and traction wasn't really much of an issue.
Yes.
The k04 setup, you spin for days on the track especially.
Yes.
First, second, third is when you start actually getting the wheels down onto the ground.
Yes.
And that's almost halfway down the track.
That's true, eh?
And that's the biggest problem we have with our one-wheel drive system on our Opels.
Yeah, I mean, and I think when we say one-wheel drive, I think people don't actually understand what we say, because we know what our cars do, right? Because obviously our shorter shaft is on the left-hand side. The left-hand side wheel spins a lot, like a lot. I don't think people understand. Like, these cars make a lot of torque. On a k04 setup, I think you're making what, 460, 450?
Yeah, I think it's 460.
Yeah. So, and I mean, 460 is not a joke, eh?
No,
especially on front-wheel drive cars.
No, if we put down in second, we start spinning. So
yeah, exactly.
And unfortunately, spinning ain't winning.
Yeah, and that's the thing, spinning ain't winning, and that is the reason why Opels on quarter miles, they don't do that well.
Yeah.
And I think everybody's like, oh, you have all this power, but you're not putting the power down. Yeah, we understand that. But I mean, we can correct it to a certain extent, but we also can't, because it's just the way Opels are.
Yeah. I think that's why also I prefer Sultana over Killarney.
Yes. Yes.
Because 800 meters, so fast is much more enjoyable.
Yes.
It's not about getting the car off the line.
Exactly. It's about, you know, you got that space to kind of get the wheel spin, car to settle, and then you've still got enough space to actually put down power, put down the torque, and then obviously put down the speed as well. Because we need that space with these cars. I mean, these cars don't like 400 meters. They don't. I mean, we know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think a lot of people they always like to make fun of Opel because it's making all this power and it's not putting power down. But I think once you drive these cars, dude, I think once people actually drive an Opel, I think they'll understand our love for these cars.
It's more of a love-hate relationship.
It is actually a love-hate relationship, and I think a lot of people don't really understand it. But like I say, you've got to drive these cars, man. Because I know somebody that drives a much faster car than this.
Yes.
Drove an Astra and was like, geez, this is a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is much more fun than the newer cars. And newer cars, you don't actually feel the speed anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, most newer cars probably talking about automatics, DSGs.
That's correct.
So it becomes a bit, I won't say boring. Boring is the wrong word.
Yes.
But it's a real driver's car.
That's correct.
Especially when you're racing, there's a possibility of missing second or third.
That's correct.
And when you race like that on the track, it's, you know, anything can happen.
Yeah.
In the race.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's all up to the driver at the end of the day.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna do a couple of, I don't know if you're gonna do a couple of pulls for me. I actually miss k04, you know that. As much as I'm now big turbo, but I actually miss that k04 feeling. It's a different feeling, man.
I think it's the response on the pedal when you're driving.
Yeah.
It's, only about 3.5, you're starting to feel something.
That's correct.
Yeah, by 2.5 I'm already starting to spool up.
That's it.
So in normal driving conditions, you actually hear the turbo,
Yes.
feel car and stuff like that. So that's why you're probably missing.
Yeah, like I need that space, man. Like
Yeah.
if I wanna, you know, like before, if you're going, say you're going under a bridge and you want to hear the car. So it's
Yes.
like, you know, you kind of, you got that
bridge
little
is
bit of
there,
space. The bridge is there. I'm
put
gonna make a
down.
noise under the bridge. Cool.
Yeah.
Now you actually have to almost
The bridge is down
calculate.
there.
The bridge is over there now, and now I have to like wait because I know my thing's only gonna spool up when I get about there.
Yeah.
So I miss that. I will admit I do miss it. I think the k04 was a lot more fun, but then again, yeah, I don't think it's a lot more fun. I just think the fun was a lot earlier. So you used to get the fun early. Now you gotta wait a bit, but when the screamer pipe opens, and it makes me happy.
Then it's something else.
Yeah,
right?
so it's like, you know, that's my take on where I'm at the moment. And yeah, so I actually want to feel this thing again. I actually haven't. The last time we drove in this car was a long time ago.
Yo, it's a while back. Yeah.
I drove in this car a long time ago. I think I drove in this car when when I rebuilt my motor the first time.
Yeah, it's what?
When Walt first tuned my car, that was 2 years ago.
2 years ago, yeah.
That's the last time I drove in this car.
No, but yo, I don't know, you guys with your big turbos.
It's a lifestyle, no?
It is definitely.
It's a lifestyle. Okay, so I think we're gonna get like when we can get some space, and then we can just kind of. You don't have to like. We're not gonna do a 0 to 100, guys. Unfortunately, yeah, it is in the week. The last time we did a 0 to 100 pull was on a Sunday afternoon. So the roads are a bit emptier. I think right now we don't want to obviously cause any trouble on the road, and we don't want to get ourselves into trouble either. So Benny will do maybe 1 or 2 little pulls. You'll hopefully hear how the car sounds. We will do 1 or 2 pulls from the outside, or at least we'll get some footage from the outside so you guys can hear what the car sounds like. Hopefully we can get some. What we'll try and do is we'll try and throw in some videos of the car. We have enough videos of Kilani, we have enough videos of the car, so we'll try and look at that. And then we've got a dyno video as well. So we can add in some of those things so that the guys can at least see what the car is capable of. And remember, guys, this is a k04 Astra. It's not a big turbo Astra. It's not a hybrid Astra either. For those people that think it is, it's not a hybrid turbo. It's literally a k04 turbo straight out of an OPC. So yeah, just to sort that confusion out with the guys, so we can do some. If we got some space, we can. So yeah, I'm gonna keep quiet so you guys can hear. This car still goes. Benny, this car still goes. So for those that, I'm sure you heard all the time, but I mean that's first gear spin, second gear spin, basically a right through second.
That's correct, yeah.
And then you kind of got into third, it spun a bit in third, and then it gripped. So guys, it's Benny, this car still goes, man. Yeah, and I miss my k04.
Imagine on the track still we have less traction.
Exactly, and that was like that's on the road, right? And that's wheel spin for days. But guys, yo, Benny, I miss this, man. Are you making me miss my k04?
K04 is life.
Now I actually miss it, seriously. And I'm not even saying this just because I'm driving in the car. Like, it's, yo.
Let's try a bit of uphill.
Yeah, so now we're gonna do just a normal pull. Second. Fourth. Right, guys, so as you can hear, I'm sure you can get some nice sounds. I'm sure you're hearing the turbo as well. Yo, Benny, this car still feels like it felt 2 years ago. Seriously.
But it's still the same, nothing really changed.
Yeah, and it's amazing for a car that's been around so long.
It's been racing since.
And it raced a lot.
Yo, remember those days you used to race every Monday night?
Yes, like it. I mean, it raced a lot, bro. And this car still has the same feeling. It still feels solid, man.
Yeah, it's still very aggressive.
Yeah.
You put down.
No, definitely. It felt amazing.
But yeah. But if anybody want to sponsor LSD,
Yo.
you can throw LSD.
Yeah, always listen. If anybody got LSDs, we need LSDs for these cars. I promise you, that's the one mod that we need, but it's a lekker expensive mod, and that's one of the reasons why a lot of us actually don't do it, because it does cost us a lot of money, and unfortunately a lot of us don't have that type of money. We'd rather put that money elsewhere, so that's one of the reasons why it is quite a pricey thing. But yeah, Benny, like I say, we will throw in a couple of videos as well now at the end, before we obviously cut off this interview. But I think, Benny, I miss this, man. Yeah, you're making me miss my car's k04 setup.
Okay, we can swap cars, eh?
Yo! So I can take your car for the day and you can take my car, you say?
Yeah, no, we see. We see who has much more fun.
Yeah. I think the only thing that really makes my car fun is the screamer pipe. I'll be honest with you. It's the only thing that really just makes you smile.
I think it's also when you drive down the road and people turn around to look, hey, what the hell was that?
It is, eh?
I think that's one of the best experiences.
Yeah, man. I think that's the thing that gets people looking, because it's like when that screamer pipe comes in, or when it starts opening, it's like everybody looks at you and like, geez, what the heck is that?
Yeah.
That's what I open. What the hell's in that car? Like, I got asked many times, what the hell's in your car? And I'm like, it's my normal motor. And they're like, no, it's not. I'm like, yeah, it's my normal engine. So, Benny, thanks so much though, man. Yeah, this was amazing, man. So guys, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put in some of the footage of the car. There is a video. I think we definitely need to put the video against the GTR. This man's raced against a GTR, right? This guy and this car is bang for nothing, right? I mean, there's videos of him racing GTR. I think you didn't race a 7R yet.
I raced the 7R.
You did, eh?
At Mikaylin.
Oh yeah, Fatima,
yeah.
Yes.
I was hit for like a split second.
Yes, he's raced against a lot of four-wheel drive cars. So he hasn't stepped back and said, nah, my car's two-wheel drive, therefore I can't keep up.
One-wheel drive.
Yeah, one-wheel drive, sorry. And then, yeah, so we're going to throw some videos in for you, and then we'll throw in also his dyno video, so that you guys can kind of see what the car made at the last dyno. And yeah, I think that will kind of give you guys an idea of how quick this car really is. It is quick. I can promise you, I'm not exaggerating. This thing is quick. And it feels really aggressive. Still aggressive, I must say. It does.
Still very healthy. She does a weird thing so now and again, but yeah, that's Opel.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
it's like a real woman.
Yeah. Sorry, women. So Benny, thanks so much for this in-car interview. It is a different format once again that we're doing. Thanks so much. We haven't spoken much about Volt, but I know we also didn't want to, because we are going to feature Volt sometime in the couple of episodes. We are looking at featuring Volt. Guys, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Also, don't forget to comment down below. There is a comment section at the bottom. Also, we're at 10A Durham Avenue, Salt River. We're actually next to Powerflow. Please come and visit us. Please come and say hi. Don't forget that we also have a coffee shop, as well as a car wash and detailing service as well. This is Havoc TV, completely disruptive.